Hi guys, what's up? Al Gaming here. Before we go into the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn on the bell notification, and let's go into the video, dude. Today, me and my grandmother are going to be talking about religious morals and views. So, I'm asking you first question.
Well,
who
shall I introduce myself?
Yes, you introduce yourself.
Oh, hello everybody. I'm Alat's grandmother. My name's Angela. I happen to be of the Catholic faith, and my grandchildren, including Alat, are of the Islamic faith. And we're going to do a very brief little talk about the differences and the similarities where we agree on. Okay, everybody,
okay,
so
you ask me questions there.
I hope you enjoy the very little talk between me and my grandson.
Okay, you ask me first.
Well, Alat, all right then. Shall I give you I think the main difference between the Islamic faith and the Christian faith is maybe the life of Jesus. Maybe if I give my opinion of the life of Jesus, and then Alat says a few words, and then about the life of Muhammad, I think that would be a good introduction to our talks. My opinion about the life of Jesus is that he was a worker of miracles. He was a man of peace, great peace, a prophet of peace. The words he spoke were only of love and peace. He never spoke of war. He said, "Render unto Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's." For me, he meant you have to live in this world, abide by its laws, but above all, live in the love and the peace of God. One of his famous quotations were, "You have to be in the world, but not of it." So yes, you follow the way of the world to a point where it does not contradict your soul or the law of God, which basically the law of God is love. Love your neighbor as yourself, and above all, love the Lord your God. So that's just a very brief, because this is only a brief talk. I'll hand over to Alat now to give his view of Jesus, and then we'll discuss Muhammad just in very brief terms. All this talk is done with the utmost respect. Okay,
what
Alat.
I believe, from my point of view as a Muslim, is that Jesus was not crucified. He was actually Arabic, and he was not white.
That's fine.
And it's the same. Everything else is the same as in Christianity, except back in those days there used to be wars, but they only fought in self-defense to defend their people. But they were still peaceful, because they showed mercy.
Jesus showed mercy.
Yes.
Where I would differ on just a couple of things with Alat is I believe Jesus was crucified. Why? Because people, if very often good people in this world, other people can look upon that as a weakness, and if they think good people are getting powerful, Jesus didn't want power, but people began to listen to him. So the authorities that be can get very jealous and suspicious of this. So the crucifixion was the crucifixion from the world's jealousy and lies, but above all from the world's jealousy. So that's what I believe when we say about the sins of the world. Jesus suffered because he was a good man, and people tend to either be contemptible of good people or be very jealous of them, because the inner nature of mankind is to be good, but sometimes the evil in the world will make them live against their true nature, so they become
brainwashed.
jealous of the good.
brainwashed.
Jesus never spoke about war.
No.
He wasn't a war leader. He only spoke about peace. And maybe to a lot of people, they wanted a leader who would be willing to fight the Romans, who were the ruling authority of the day. But his way was really copied by Mahatma Gandhi in India, when India wanted to throw the British out. And remember, I'm British, but I respect Mahatma Gandhi, and the British respect Mahatma Gandhi for the way he threw us out of India, basically. He did it by a peaceful way. So in that way, Mahatma Gandhi, who happened to be Hindu, was very much in the imitation of Christ. If you've anything else to add to that, Allah, or if you want to carry on to Muhammad, the Prophet Muhammad.
There's also one more thing. I know most Christians and Jewish people say, why does Allah never show himself?
Well, God doesn't show himself, no. God doesn't show himself, but God reveals himself in different ways. Allah, God, Yahweh, whatever name you give to your Creator, he reveals himself through certain people who have a high spirituality about them. I don't mean ultra religious, I mean it's in their nature. They have something, there are some special souls who are scattered throughout the countries of this world who hold a spark of the divine fire. You hold a spark of the divine. There is something different, and you are very fortunate if you come across a person like this. But I think the question really, because we're leaving this brief, it's only a little talk, is I think Allah, my grandson, is interested in what I would think of Muhammad, the Prophet Muhammad of Islam, and what's my opinion of him. And my opinion of Muhammad is that he had an experience of God in the cave in Saudi Arabia. I'm sorry, I forget the name of the cave. He was visited by, I think, Gabriel. The angel Gabriel. And a lot of the messages of Muhammad, the Prophet Muhammad, in the Quran, I don't know about the other sayings, the hadiths and things, I've never read them, and they could be open to other people's interpretation. But I think in the Quran, a lot of the messages there are the messages from the Judeo-Christian. The message basically is peace. Maybe sometimes Muhammad is saying fight for peace. Maybe that was the difference in the message. Jesus kind of spoke only of peace, but at the end, Muhammad and Jesus and all the prophets, Moses, Abraham, all the way back to Adam, are talking about there should be peace and brotherhood between all peoples, and no culture, no race is superior or inferior to another. All brothers. There is a brotherhood in this world. So with that, I leave the last few words to my grandson, Allah. But nice speaking to everyone. I hope I've been a little bit interesting, I hope. And I will leave this talk brief with Allah. We'll speak again more in the future, but I'll leave the last word to Allah. Okay, bye-bye everyone.
So guys, I hope you enjoyed that little talk from my grandmother. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn on the bell notification. I'll see you all later. Peace.